time. All right.
Do we clap?
Give us the clap.
There we go.
Beauty. We're back.
Nobody asked for it, but we're back.
Yeah, take it.
Most of our comments are more music, less podcast.
Coming at you.
That's
with
fair.
A bunch
I mean,
more
we're gonna
bullshit.
do more music, obviously.
It's true.
But I mean, in the meantime, this is way easier. Although
fair.
today we're not
I don't
drinking
know, man.
beer.
It's hard to just sit there and talk about bullshit. No, it's not. Never mind.
Yeah,
We don't have our social lubricants today,
Yeah.
and that's because we're playing a show later.
A secret show.
A secret show.
We're going dry today.
We're doing a secret show.
Coming
private
at
show
you
to our
dry.
corporate overlords.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah. It's true.
I guess
Gotta keep them happy and entertained.
Tyson is basically the corporate overlord of Edmonton
That's true.
rock metal.
Yeah. Sounds good. Yeah, sounds like
Of all the corporate leaders, that's a pretty good one.
Yeah.
I'd
I would
follow
say.
Tyson into battle, yeah.
He's your boy.
Yep.
All right, so everybody's mad already.
Yeah.
It's like it's show day. Everybody's pissed. Nothing's working right. Everybody forgot their shit.
I think literally
Everybody's
only
mad.
Tim is mad. Why am I mad?
Really?
I don't know. You've been.
Tim looks way less mad
You've seemed
today.
kind of angry.
This
the
is
whole
our
time.
Saint
He was
Anger,
way madder
Saint Anger
yesterday.
episode.
I was. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like,
I was
I
full of
said
anger.
bye and he didn't even say bye back to me. He was
That's
so
because
mad.
I had
He it.
earphones
Yeah,
in.
and he was in, but
I couldn't hear what you're
but
saying.
I genuinely
joking.
don't think I've ever seen you that mad as you were yesterday. No, it wasn't even that. You were so
Yeah.
mad that you just like threw a pair of headphones across the room and then just went silent. Like, it was
Why did I
way
do that?
freakier, like, oh, he's gonna fucking put a hole in the wall. Give him some space.
Yeah, for some reason, like yelling, like angry yelling is a lot of the time not as scary as just like.
I pushed the headphones off of the rack to make room for the computer. Garbage.
Yeah, it wasn't
from
like that.
on top
It was-
of the rack to the ground.
I was not there for that, so
Yeah.
Yeah, you were
But
spared
it's all
the
fixed now.
frustration of electronic problems.
there's nothing like getting mad,
Difficulties.
especially on tour. Getting mad on tour is great.
Is it?
We've all had our
That's how you
moments
solve
of pure
problems.
rage. Oh yeah.
Get mad.
Has anybody like before? I know since I've joined the band, I haven't seen anything that with like raging animosity so much. But has there ever been like, did anything ever get physical in the band's history between anybody? Did anybody ever get into a fist fight on
one
tour? or
one
anything?
time I kicked Dan off stage.
you kicked him off stage, like physically kicked him.
Yeah, you were like drunk and
Oh, okay.
that was like a small venue, I think.
no, that was in Tilburg.
Was this while you guys were performing?
Yeah.
Okay, so what happened?
You were too drunk to
I was
perform.
overserved once again. So what happened was
You were the victim.
Fucking clearly.
we got drink tickets,
Oh
Yeah.
no.
Their
and-
first mistake.
and they were Duvels, which are like
It's like a
8%. It's like 8%.
Jesus.
But I
Who
was
was in
like,
charge
I was
of
like,
that
I don't
rider?
know. Like, I just got them. It didn't even occur to me that like because they just
6 beers.
they just give them to you in like a cup, right? So it was like, I was like, oh, cool. Like, so I like had a couple before we played, but like, you know, you have a couple 8% beers, you're
yeah.
fucked
Oh,
up.
yeah.
And I was just like,
Yeah, especially if
"Ugh."
you drink them quick too. Oh shit! I gotta finish this before we go on stage.
Man, that was one of the funniest shows. I remember
Remember
I
what
went
was
ga-
it?
We've heard your version.
I went down into the pit and like was running around down there. I forced the band to do an Iron Maiden encore cover song.
Jesus
And everyone
Christ!
was like,
spur
what
of the moment.
fuck? Yeah.
We know that one.
So we
Yeah.
had learned all of Live After Death at one point,
Oh, sick.
and we were doing like our
We played one show.
No, we did two.
A two show.
we learned an entire fucking Iron Maiden set and then played twice.
Oh.
It was a lot of work.
That is
There was a lot
of
of speaking of animosity, that was a lot of anger arose from having to put that much work in, and then we just never did it.
I blame Dave Arnold.
work.
Before we get off this tangent, though, I do want to hear Tim's side of this story.
Oh yeah,
it's
sure.
basically the same
okay.
story.
Yeah, it's just I was like
Dan
you
was
know,
overserved.
I was overserved.
Dan was
Tim was mad.
overserved. I got mad.
Was this the time
Kicked
where you
him
also
off
like
stage.
punched him or something too?
Yeah, that was
punch him
after.
That was after I
Because Dan was
I-
trying to steal my fucking bed.
we were staying at the promoter's house, and they had like we had already like sort of established who was sleeping where before. Like we dropped our stuff off, and then when we went back after, I fucking flopped onto the bed that Tim had claimed, and he just like grabbed me by the fucking leg and like dragged me off of the thing. It was so funny.
Elbow drop. Crossface chicken
But it was towards the end of a tour, and like that's always when things are like everybody's mental health is like on on a razor's edge.
When you're about a month in, you're starting to get a little silly. Things don't work upstairs the way they usually do.
Everybody's sick
or
of each
downstairs.
Or downstairs. Good point.
And I don't know. Anyways,
The plumbing is all.
so I made the band do a Iron Maiden encore,
You Iron Maiden.
and I fell in the crowd.
Damn, dude.
I think we did a good show, actually.
Yeah?
Despite that, the energy was good.
Sick.
High quality energy.
Yeah, energy was good. If you had a recording of it, I would probably be sad about that.
Wow. Yeah.
It would be
So
like
if anyone was there, please submit. Your
If you got
video.
footage of this.
if you got dry off the board audio that we could post online, that'd be
that'd be
perfect.
God. When you were just going to do ASMR
Bro,
of our
what-
Or
in-ears.
do reaction video to it.
What is worse than
Striker
the
reacts to drunk
the
self.
dry off the board? That's why we were always kind of like, I don't know, the live streaming stuff is like fairly unflattering unless you have a sound guy who's gonna like do it justice.
Yeah.
Because
Speaking of live broadcasting, the March 5th show,
yeah,
there's
What?
ticket link. JJ just sent it to me.
Jesus, really?
Viewers out there, $5.
we them boys.
Tune in.
Oh, fuck, bye.
$5 you can watch the show live stream.
Crank it
Oh,
up,
that's
man.
Great.
Pretty cool.
Watch.
actually.
You can watch us live stream. Suck. So last time we
We're more of a you got to see them
yeah.
than
Band,
hear
yeah.
them.
It's like
This
face for
podcast
radio kind of
might
band.
be aired after the show.
Oh well,
Well, guess what?
there was
we,
$5.
we can tell. Some people can tell the future. We can tell the past. It's fucking
Days of
we're that
future
cool.
past.
Yeah.
Last time we filmed a show, which was our last show in November, it went terribly, and Dan also headbutted the drum riser.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's my favorite thing.
Yeah, so like, I
We
wonder.
had some sick.
I wonder if I
risers,
concussed myself because after the show, I had to like sit down for like 15 minutes and just breathe because I was like, I don't.
Breathing's good.
I also had like our monitors, like our in-ears were like just fucked because like this.
Yeah.
I don't know. We've been jamming down here for so long
Yeah.
that like a live show with like the bleed from the sound from the stage and everything and like
Yeah.
the subs and everything is like it's a totally different experience and it fucked my in-ears up and my mix was fucked but
Yeah,
it was
my
like
mix
too
was
late.
kinda
I couldn't
shitty.
fix it. It was just like
Yeah.
curtains. So
And then that rental gave me issues. There were issues everywhere.
yeah, it was like
Oh,
yeah.
it went great for me.
Oh, you took 2 years
Jono
off?
had a
Get
great time. Jono
fucked.
played great.
Trial by fire.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, it'll be interesting tonight to see how everything works out.
Yeah.
Nothing like testing out new shit.
You got to test it out,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll see how
Better
it goes.
now than on
Test
tour.
it. Test.
That's
it.
true. Speaking of getting mad on tour,
Oh, yeah.
what's going to be more enraging than having our entire shit like explode on tour? I hope it doesn't
Yeah.
happen.
Explosions.
We now have several
One of us.
backups on our computer, thanks
Nice.
to Jono.
Nice.
Oh,
Big
yeah.
brain
Smart.
moments.
Good stuff.
Yep. Unfortunately, the big brain moments happened after, like, the problem, so it wasn't preventative. It was like, oh,
reactive.
yeah, reactive. Exactly.
Hey man,
After
enough.
the rage.
Fair
we
enough.
got the solutions down though. That's
Yeah.
what matters.
Yep. So,
Iterative growth. Make a mistake and learn from it. It's the human experience.
Man,
Worst stage
Yeah.
happenings, other than playing a show with
Oh,
one
oh,
sock on.
How many people have pooped their pants while on stage?
I have
or
not
at
pooped
least
on stage.
no.
no.
had
I
sharts.
think.
no.
Oh, I've definitely.
No.
I've probably sharded.
not
yeah.
me.
But it's hard to tell on
I have
stage
a
whether
iron
it's been
constitution.
It's hard to tell whether it's a shart or whether it's just
a sweaty fart.
a fart from my sweaty
Jesus,
ass.
cut this
And,
short,
you know,
dude.
like,
Yeah,
This
this is
sucks,
not-
dude. What?
the air just kind of like blows some of the moisture along with it. You know, it's like
Jono's mad.
this is
now
why
Jono's
Should
mad.
we go get beer and start again? Or
Maybe. This is why Adam doesn't want to do the podcast, FYI.
here and start again. Isn't that what that song's about?
Okay.
I
Resume from here.
What are you talking about? This is
I
good
got
shit.
a bass headstock in the fucking eye in like the second song when we were
Oh.
playing in
Was
Calgary
me.
one time.
With me.
bonk.
And I was just like instantly like,
Yeah, that
you know, I was
can't feel
bleeding.
good.
I was bleeding, but not a lot.
Yeah.
but like enough that I was like, this is fucking shitty. It was like the second song,
Yeah,
headline
watch out
set.
for them
Yeah.
bass necks, man.
How many
They're
times have
long
you been
and-
bonked in the face? Specifically by a bass player.
Only that one time, I think.
Oh,
I
thought it was
know
more.
I've had my hair get stuck in a
Oh, yeah,
headstock.
that's the worst.
I remember we played one show a long time ago. I think it was Ian got his hair stuck in, or Dave got his
Dave.
hair stuck in
so-
Ian's headstock,
Oh,
and we had to
man,
stop.
dude.
We just had to stop the show because it was like way. It was all the way. You know, like a guitar headstock. There's a lot there to like get tangled in.
Untangled,
and,
yeah,
like,
and then there's a possibility that if you pull too hard, it's going out of tune, and like,
Shit.
yeah.
yeah, he was like.
I've seen your eyes kind of out of the corner of your eye, like kind of watching out for my bass headstock a few times on stage there, and I'm like, I'm trying to watch
Yeah,
it.
you gotta be
Bonk.
careful, man.
You do, man. Those basses,
Because
it's
I've
like
been
their
hit.
guitars
I've been
are,
hurt before.
dude. Our equipment is long and hard, and you gotta watch out it doesn't go in your eye.
I'm pretty sure
Watch
I
out for these
bonked
basses,
somebody
man.
once with my headstock. I don't really remember though. Bonk.
Bang.
I'm sure
Them
I've been hit
Jacksons are
lots of
sharp
times.
too, dude.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
reverse headstock. That's the perfect pointy weapon. Poke.
I've definitely had. I don't know about live, and definitely not with this band, but I've had it where like I'll hit something with the drumstick, and the stick flies out of my hand and like hits someone in the band.
Oh,
that's
always.
happened
Yeah,
before.
yeah, yeah.
I remember
I'm sure
we-
I'm just
Sorry,
covered in
Barrett.
slivers.
We were, I think it was a Striker show, and I think Sixon was also playing. This was way back in the day before I joined, but Magnus was drumming, and he broke a stick, and then he threw it into the audience, and it went into a girl's arm in the front row.
Yeah, you can't throw sharp pieces of wood at people.
Just like, oh my god!
in the dark.
Critical hit.
Got stabbed, bro.
Rolled a nat 20, bro.
And that's why we're not as big as we should be, because that girl just she went and
Sued
told
us.
everybody that
Yeah.
Striker stabs people with
It's true.
wood stuff, and now everybody's like, fuck those guys.
Good times. That was at the
pawn
Urban Lounge.
Urban Lounge.
Yeah.
Man, at the
Oh, I
I was
don't
just
know that
thinking
place.
Urban Lounge.
at the pawn shop,
which is
It's
a venue,
a
by the
venue,
way.
legendary venue in
It had a
Edmonton.
throne of beer in the back.
Did it?
Yeah.
Well, they did
Sorry,
for Tyson's
keep going.
birthday once.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
could have been it.
But anyways, I remember that like they had the PA speakers were like suspended above, and you could also like kind of go out onto the subs.
Oh, yeah.
But
Yeah.
many a victim of that, because you go to do that and you're playing live and you're in this show and you're not thinking, and you go out there and your head goes into the fucking monitor or into the PA like at
Yeah,
the top.
yeah.
Like I did that so many times. You go out there and boom.
I did that once, and I remember like I was like I smacked the fuck out of the back of my head because I was like headbanging and stand up, and we finished the song and I was like, oh fuck man, my head really hurts, and then like I bring my hand away, it's just covered in blood. It was like, oh metal.
Keep playing,
like-
play through the pain.
Yeah, just covered in blood, and I think I was wearing a white shirt. I think I even made an Instagram post on it or something like 10 years ago, but I took a picture of my shirt afterwards because it was
Look.
white, and there's like
Oh,
a red, just like the whole collar of my shirt is all red.
God damn, dude. I remember, I think it was Orlando, Florida. There's the stage had the big pillar right in the middle of it. And I remember rocking out, and or no, it was like right on your end, your side of the stage. I remember rocking out and going to go back to my, you know how you'll go rock out on a different area of the stage, and then you'll turn around all cool and go back to where you came from. You know what
Go
I mean?
bonk yourself.
Oh, I almost ran right into that fucking pillar, man. I turned around and I did not expect it to be so close. It would have been.
Curtains.
It would have been curtains.
Yeah, there's been some strange
love.
things
Oh,
on stage
yeah.
in Chicago. There's the one venue.
Oh yeah,
I can't remember what it's called.
It's got stuff on
we
stage.
played there a lot.
they got
and
like a
it's-
stage, right?
Well, no, there's like a manhole cover right in the middle.
Oh, that's
of the
Reggie's.
stage.
Oh, no.
Yeah, Reggie's.
Reggie's, yeah, Reggie's is sweet though. That's
Reggie's
the place
is
where I
sweet.
played with one sock.
But it's just like, why is there a manhole cover here?
Yeah.
What's funny is when we were at that show and there was just water like
Oh, yeah,
pouring
that
down
sucked.
into the venue.
Yeah, here we go. I found it. That's my shirt.
Looks like you went to a Guar show.
Yeah, it does actually. Send me a picture of that.
yeah.
They
Ta-da!
won't see it.
You can see this, right?
Yeah.
Ming, 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 ming. Yeah, Reggie's is sweet.
Bro, back in time, memory lane.
That was
Instagram deep dives.
June 10th, 2014.
Whoa.
8 years ago at the pawn shop.
Wow.
I
Then
miss
there's
that
that
place.
place in Orangevale that has a dog on stage.
When you had the guts to wear a white shirt on stage. Bud.
Yeah. Or rather, the lack of gut. Large, floppy gut. Now I have to wear quadruple XL shirts.
Girdle, bud.
I mean, you've got a guitar covering your gut, don't you?
Yeah,
You
that's.
can't see, man.
I mean,
Yeah.
you can see the guitar is like you're playing like this instead of this.
You can see the B cups flop over the top, though.
Jesus.
Resting.
That's always been the funniest thing. Like, no matter, like, I mean, unless you're in really great shape, if you're sitting down with a guitar, it's so, like, unflattering.
Men with boobs.
Unless you're Pete or Jono, bud. Skinny boys.
Just fucking bony, bud.
Skinny mini.
Just bony.
Yeah. Where the beer at, bud?
I know. I don't like these dry pods.
Yeah, this is a
The old
real
dry
dry
pod?
here.
We need a wet pod.
Yeah.
We'll have like to do like
Yeah,
they'll be like 30-minute long podcasts scaled back from an hour and call them the dry pods. And those are the ones that have like less funny stuff in them.
Yeah.
Why?
We could.
Got to
What do
cut
you
out all
mean?
the garbage.
Do you guys remember eating Tide Pods?
No, I
Remember
never
that?
ate a Tide
Did
Pod.
you actually
I never
ate
ate one,
Oh,
no.
okay.
But remember when that was a thing?
Yeah.
When did that go? How come that didn't catch on?
Because everybody
catch on.
that ate one is dead now.
Oh, really? Shitty.
It's hard to do
It
more
was a
than once.
psyop. Get rid of the idiots.
Very hard to do more than
We
once.
should eat Tide Pods on the podcast one day.
There should be
Sure.
tinfoil eating. Eat a ball of tinfoil.
Oh, dude, no! I have a feeling that would affect.
That's why you don't want to do it?
Yeah, I accidentally.
That's why you don't wanna do it.
It'll feel weird.
Bit down on a piece of tinfoil. one
Let's
time,
talk about
and
the time that
it felt like I got electrocuted in my jaw.
Gross.
It was
sounds terrible.
If you haven't chewed on
horrible.
tinfoil, it feels weird as fuck.
I've
know.
never
I
chewed
know.
on
It-
tinfoil.
Cut
Never
you
did
up.
that as a
That's
kid.
why I don't want to do it. And then
You guys are
shitting
fucking
that out
lame,
would be just terrible.
lame asses.
Well, you
Never
don't
did anything in your
swallow
life.
it.
Never chewed on
How do you eat
tinfoil.
it? No, I've never chewed on
Shit.
tinfoil. I'm not
Fucking
stupid.
wimps.
You
I
know-
just like to gnaw on it.
Have you guys heard the whole supplement thing where it's supposed to be that like putting shards or flakes of like actual silver in your food and drinks is good
Sounds
for
like some
you?
alchemy shit.
Oh yeah, it's
That's
seems
what
a
people
little
do with
crazy, but-
iron, though.
You
some
could, you
people
could put
get
gold
the
in your
iron
food.
They'll
fish
just
and
drink
stuff, right?
water with like fucking shards of fucking steel in it, like, and be like, yeah, it's good for you.
Silver's not steel.
Well,
I mean,
adding
metal
metal filings.
Sorry, metal.
Like sweeping up the shop, pouring metal filings
That's a
into your
different-
food.
filings in your fucking
Well,
food.
is one like a
I don't know about that
pure
one, man.
a pure substance versus like an alloy or something like that?
Silver's a pure substance. It's just an element. People make cutlery out of
What
it.
metals can
True.
you eat?
Oh, you could probably eat any.
Most of them.
Yeah,
right?
wasn't it Lewis and Clark along their North American expedition? They were eating, what is it, mercury or something?
Sounds smart.
Like
I
they,
mean, that was a pretty popular thing to do in like the 1800s.
it was
It
like
was a style at the time.
yeah.
break your
Well,
break
apparently
your thermometer
that's
and drink it.
That's how
Yeah,
you could
like
track
consuming mercury.
their movements is because they would eat the mercury and then they'd obviously have like wild diarrhea, and then you find like these random little mercury deposits like out in the woods or whatever across
People's poop.
the USA, and that's their
Deposits.
expedition.
Yeah. Wow, dude.
Man,
Nasty.
Eating
we
metal.
know so much more than the people like 100 years ago.
Well, I
Oh,
think they
yeah.
ate it to like kill parasites or something. I don't know, but sounds a little fucked up to me.
You know, I wonder how many generations. Can you imagine how many generations it must have taken humans to figure out what you can and cannot eat, what animals you can get close to and cannot, and
Oh,
like
yeah.
how many fucking generations did it take before we knew don't eat that berry?
And we
You know,
still
like-
have kids eating Tide Pods.
yeah.
Bro, that information just gets lost
Yeah.
so quickly, I think.
That's the tragedy of the human condition. I think is just that like you gain all this experience in your life and you learn so much shit, but we really don't have a very good system
And
for
you
passing,
still can't eat delicious
for
mercury.
passing that
I
on.
still won't pay for Wikipedia.
Like you can't pass it on. Yeah, exactly.
I
if only
donated.
there was a way.
I
How do you
donated
fucking-
$5 to Wikipedia.
Have you? Oh
I did.
shit, I have not.
All at once?
Yeah, all at once.
you
I
really?
think
Wow.
I bought, what was it? Oh, I bought my computer when I bought my computer, like right as COVID was starting, and I like got the big GPU because there's a GPU shortage. It's impossible to buy computer parts. I finally bought everything. I was like, yeah, I'm feeling pretty good about myself. I'm going to donate $5 whole to Wikipedia.
Hey man, if 1 million people donate $5,
It's true. It's better than nothing though, right?
Mm-hmm.
I was like,
Yeah,
thanks.
I haven't.
Yeah, never.
I got it in my head that almost every charity is like kind of scammy.
Well, if you think about
lot
it,
of
they
them.
need money to run their charity, so a portion of it is not
But
going to the people
here's
that they
the
say
thing,
it is,
man.
right?
It's like people
Business.
are so brutally untrustworthy
Yep.
that it's like it comes
Blame
out
them?
all the time that these people are like, oh yeah, like we fudged some of the numbers and actually there was like 2% of the charitable donations are going to like the actual
actual
thing,
cause,
and the
yeah.
rest is going into someone's fucking pocket or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, wasn't there some company?
Greasy.
I don't remember which company it was, but they donated something like $50,000, and then they spent about, I think it was, I don't know the exact number, but it was like
Just make it up.
okay, $1 million. They
That
spent
was the Super Bowl ad thing, right?
Yeah, I think so. And they spent like $1 million advertising that they donated
Yeah.
$50,000.
Yeah, that was a
Jesus
Super Bowl.
Christ.
Someone, some company had a Super Bowl ad that was like about how they donated, and people like did the math and were like, okay, they donated like $100,000 and spent like $3 million promoting it or something. It's like, what the
Crazy.
fuck's the
See,
matter with you?
if I had like
I mean,
a shitload of money and I
maybe
was
they were
like,
gonna
I
spend
want to
it.
help somebody who has less,
Yeah.
I'd
do
be
an
like-
advertising campaign.
instead of
for yourself.
instead of like fucking giving a bunch of money to a charity, I could probably deduct $5,000 for the flights and whatever the supplies, just fly over to wherever the fuck it is I'm trying to support and give them some goddamn food.
Okay,
Like,
Give them a
But that
big
doesn't
novelty
remedy-
check.
what's that?
Giving them food doesn't help them though.
No, doesn't help them to survive.
No,
What, by eating.
giving them the means to like produce their own food,
give them some goats.
right?
Yes, true. Okay,
You gotta give
buy
them guns.
You go start. Yeah, there you go. You go start a farm.
yeah, give
you go
everyone
give them a
guns
farm and a gun.
drugs and just
A farm
Yeah.
and a gun.
They can eat each
And
other.
drugs.
yeah.
Okay, farm,
You
gun,
give them a
drugs.
fishing rod, they'll be able to feed themselves.
There you
Yeah.
go.
Okay.
Exactly.
I got one. If you guys want, okay, so in Canada, there's like, or in Alberta at least, I'm pretty sure all of Canada,
Oh,
there's
boy,
the
yeah.
Lotto Max,
Yeah,
which
right.
gets up to about $50 million usually. What would you guys do
With $50
if
million?
you won $50 million? Jono, go.
Oh.
Go. What would you do with $50 million, bro?
I mean, I think I'd do most of the usual stuff like pay off my parents' mortgages or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Take
With-
everyone on a sick vacation and then
have like $49 million left.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Probably I mean, it'd be cool to buy an island. Could do that and
I
like
hear
a private
Epstein's
jet.
island is for sale.
Epstein's Island!
Probably get a sick deal on that, but yeah, bad.
Lots of ghosts
Bad
there.
juju
Probably
there.
haunted. Yeah.
Bad karma.
Fucking tons of child ghosts out there, dude. That's the worst kind of ghost.
Dude.
I can find a different island. It's fine.
You need those adult ghosts.
Yeah.
50 million. Jeez.
50 mil. Yeah.
Pete,
no
what would you
kidding.
do with 50?
What would I do with 50
$50
mil? Jesus Christ, man. I would buy a $50 million ballpoint pen. And then sign.
shove it up your ass, bro.
I mean, you could do. I'm sure they've got those kinds of things where it's like maybe not $50 million
Sideways.
pen, but like a pen that's made out of like old dinosaurs and stuff.
There you go. Cool.
You could
No, I
download
would-
that app. Remember that I'm Rich app,
Yeah.
and it was like $5,000 or whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
Jesus.
You
No, I
download
would.
that a
I
bunch
would
of
buy
times.
my dad a Lamborghini because
Oh shit, Countach.
Have fun in the
probably,
winter.
or Diablo. Well, I would probably also
A
buy
monster truck.
him the means to
version.
store it. Like, yeah,
Just this thin little
buy
Lamborghini
my dad
body
a
with these
Lamborghini
giant tires.
because I always told him, if all the shit that he supports me for artistically ever took off, that I would buy him a Lamborghini.
Hey, I bought you
So-
a pack of smokes.
Nice.
I'm good on my
Lambo.
promise.
Nice.
If I ever
I bought you
get
4
millions
liters of milk.
dollars. And I'd buy a house and land
Where would you live?
wherever the fuck I wanted.
Not on my
If I
island.
had $50 million.
You can get a neighboring island, and then we can like
Or you
launch
guys,
things.
you,
at
oh,
each
you guys are
other.
both
Yeah.
gonna win it.
Yeah.
If you both
that's,
won,
that's only 25 each.
boy,
you
that'd
know.
be something.
No, we'd both win.
Can't
$50
buy a full
million.
island for 25 mil.
How much is an island?
Bro, you could definitely buy an
Not
island.
25 mil.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
With 25,
Depends
Sure.
where.
It's gonna be this big.
I'm not talking like Prince Edward Island sized island,
Oh,
like a tiny little, just enough for like a house and then a forest. And
like the
that's
size of the jam room.
it. A little bigger than that.
Okay.
I don't know. Like the logistics of an island would kind of suck.
No,
Yeah,
get
they
a
would,
helicopter.
Boat every. Oh, I guess
Yeah.
with 50 million,
You
you got
gotta
a
hook
helicopter.
up electricity and your own internet and all that bullshit out there too. And like
So just use the Elon Musk.
I mean, I guess-
what's this
yeah,
thing called?
Starlink.
Starlink. Yeah.
Yeah.
stink for short.
Yeah.
Star stink.
Get Elon stink in my house.
Hey, he's in some shit right now. Hey, didn't he try just to fucking do some weird stuff and got in trouble?
It's just doing
That's
classic rich
Insider
guy shit.
trading, yeah.
true.
Classic rich guy stuff.
Get
No
a
big
slap
deal.
on the wrist.
Oh yeah.
Next
Like,
thing you
oh, no,
know,
I have to
Martha
pay
Stewart did it. Nobody cares about that.
next
I
thing
mean,
you know-
he could pay $1 billion
Half
in
Congress
fines
did that.
and wouldn't even notice.
Didn't
back
like
when
half
he
of
went over.
Congress get like there's like 17 people in the United States Congress that got like a finger wag for
Wasn't that right before COVID
right before
started?
COVID. They
and they're
knew
just
it
like,
was gonna be a
oh
thing.
shit.
and they dumped their
It
stock.
was like a week before the COVID lockdowns, and they're like, let's sell all our stocks. And everybody forgot. Woohoo!
bro. Yeah,
Shitty.
Panama Papers.
Panama. What? Aren't there
Well,
like 4 different versions
there's
of the
Panama
papers?
Papers. There's
Pensacola papers.
what was the? There was another one. It starts with a P. Paradise Papers.
I don't remember.
I think it's Paradise Papers.
I don't know.
It's just like two big like data dumps of like here's who's hoarding wealth offshore.
rolling
Yeah, everyone.
papers.
Yeah, no. It's like what's funny about that is like it's always been a joke. It's like a Swiss bank account. Like that's just
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
culture.
Yeah.
Everybody does that.
Everybody. with money.
Everybody. Yeah.
Good luck
I do that.
convincing.
Don't you
yeah,
do that?
Bro, I got like $5
All time. Every day, dude.
I probably,
$5 in a Swiss bank
I've
account
been to
probably doesn't
Switzerland.
even
I
pay.
probably made a deposit. If you know what I mean.
Dude, $5.
Just shit mercury all over the streets.
Shit now mercury, bro. It's mercury deposit.
It's an unusually high concentration of mercury in Switzerland now.
He's a human temperature.
I wonder how
gauge.
historians will be able to track Stryker across the globe. They'll be like, oh, I can tell that Tim Brown was here because of this splatter of radioactive butt blood or something.
God.
You can keep that in or what?
Oh, here's a
So
here's
Tim,
a
what would you
shitty
do?
sock.
Tim, what would you do if you won
Fossilized shit sock.
$15 million?
I was bitten by a radioactive toilet. I'm toilet man.
What would your superpower be? I'll bite. What would your superpower be if you're a toilet man?
Flushing.
You just flush.
You can do it all in one flush.
Just a fucking, like a
No matter
spiral
what.
of water would just suck you down no matter where you would.
It's like Aquaman, but different.
Feet like kick up before
Flushing
it
them
disappears. But yes, Tim, what would you do with $50 million? Aside from buy a really nice bidet.
A fucking
I
pure
would buy
gold
a
toilet.
dank ass bidet.
There's got to be like, have they reached the limits of ergonomics as far as toilet seats go? I feel like
No
they
way.
have not.
No.
because it's just flat. Like
Yeah,
Squatting
that's dumb.
is better on your bowels
Yeah, that's
and
true.
your intestines
that's
than
like the
sitting.
squatty.
You
potty.
need like a
Yeah.
full like swing thing that you like, you know, like when you're a little kid and you get that little bouncy, like the bouncy thing that hangs from the roof and you kind of like a jumper thing. But you sit in that, but it like you hang your
underneath, and it shakes the shit out of you, like
just gently.
I was
gently rubs your
rocks
tummy.
it out.
I thought you were talking about a swing where you're moving back and forth, and there's
That
just
would
this
be
giant
great.
line of
Yeah, it's like,
whatever
you know
mercury.
you know the wood plank swings that come off of big trees? It could just be a hole in the middle of the seat.
It's gonna be a new thing. Anytime I'm like, I gotta go. I gotta go make some mercury.
I gotta go sit on the shit swing.
Gotta make a deposit.
Dude, when your shits are less than solid and you're on the shit swing, you're just like painting the fucking grass. like-
okay.
You need, yeah, we need to invent a. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna invent a toilet that uses centrifugal force to get it out of you.
Poo out of you.
It just spins.
Sick idea. Be like the gravitron, but like
Yeah.
just your ass
against
poking
the wall.
out. Yeah.
Never been cleaner.
It's like literally have nothing left in my
Oh,
waste
God.
at all left in your body.
Yeah, it's completely.
It's
dead.
like 10
Fucking-
G's of fucking power.
Just a turd vacuum, dude.
Yeah, we call it the brown machine.
The brown around.
The Brownmobile,
After
dude.
Tim Brown.
Eccentric millionaire Tim Brown invents the Brownmobile, a centrifugal force machine to just expel waste.
It's the future, man. It's the next step.
I love it. I love it. I think they should also have a roller coaster made out of toilets that you just strap into and do your business while it's going around. That could be
That could be
That could make
interesting.
shitting so much more exciting. What do you think?
Just like sit on it, and it just like slowly goes around your house.
Like, could you imagine trying to take a dump while you're on like a really exciting roller coaster? I think it'd be like a challenge.
I doubt you could. Everything
you'd be
would
clenched. Yeah.
That fight or flight would be.
It'd be like trying to get a boner.
But
while
isn't
you're
that a
boxing.
thing where like sometimes in fight or flight you just like shit yourself?
Yeah, that's,
so you can
that's
run
why
faster.
critters. That's why critters like poo if you scare them.
Yeah.
Because it gets rid of some weight.
Because somehow that little bit of shit in you is going to slow you down from getting eaten by a bear.
It's not a weight thing. It's like a brain power thing, I think, where it's like it's one less thing your body has to manage as you're trying to escape like a bear or something.
It also potentially
And you
could. The
slip
bear
on
might
it.
stop and smell the shit that you dropped.
Oh.
What do you
It's like
think?
a squid. It's
like
squidding.
like they say. That,
Basically squidding.
it's like they say. If you're getting chased by a bear, throw your backpack down, right?
Take a
'Cause,
wicked dump and then
people
run.
won't shit,
for
so-
someone who lives somewhere where you could maybe see a bear, I don't know.
I almost hit
anything-
one on my bike once.
I don't know anything about getting away from one.
I had to get away
Run
from
the
one.
opposite direction.
I mean,
if there's any small children around you, punch them so they fall down, and then the bear will eat the small
well,
child.
I think grizzly bears. I don't think
play
there is
dead's
a way
not-
to do it. Yeah,
not
I
a
think
thing.
Grizzlies are just you're done. Like
You're done, bud.
oh no,
You're
you,
done,
you
bud.
climb a tree because they
No,
can't climb.
lo-
They're too
they
fat.
love climbing trees.
Black
no,
bears
not
can
grizzlies.
climb trees.
Black bears can
Yeah.
climb trees.
Grizzlies can't climb trees.
We all live in the city, if you can't tell.
However,
Weird,
I grew up in a small town, and I almost hit a grizzly bear on my bicycle one time. I lived in this area. It was like a bunch of apartments, and it was kind of all surrounded by trees. And the way out of this apartment area was a narrow road. There was also trees on both sides, and then you'd come out into the open part of town. So anyway, it was like 3 a.m. in a town of like 4,000 people. There's nobody on the road, so I'm not watching where I'm going because why would I, right? So I'm looking down, kind of
Also drunk.
bored. 3 a.m, looking at my gears shifting. Oh, that's interesting. I don't know why, but I just looked up, like.
Because you're riding a bike.
Yeah, it could have been. But I looked up, and literally from me to the camera away was a fucking grizzly bear walking slowly across the road right in front of me. If I would not have looked up at that moment, I would have ran right into him, dude, and he would have been pissed, I'm sure.
That
Probably
would
would've
be
eaten you.
really soft, actually. That'd be a great way to
At
go.
first, yeah, but
I mean, you die horribly, but it'd be like,
yeah,
oh,
no, that
fluffy.
is to me like there are 2 ways of dying that I would love to avoid. One is being eaten by an animal, the other is burning. But
Good choices.
yeah, those are probably my 2 worst ways to die, I think. But like either that or like choking on a regurgitated piece of sausage or something like that. That would suck.
Bro, just dying on like a bratwurst.
But man, the thing kind of like I slammed on my brakes and my bike kind of did the bit of the thing, right? Yeah. And then the bear looked at me, and I'm looking at him, and he's looking at
so
me.
you
Like,
wanna-
what the fuck? I
you
thought no
wanna
one else
die?
was here. And he's like, he just goes like this, and I'm like, and I just fucking turned my bike around 180, and I booked it back to my apartment. I didn't look back. I figured I got a bike. I might be able to get away if he decided to fucking
Yeah, how
go
fast
at-
do
come
bears
at me.
run?
Really fucking fast.
Oh,
dude.
shit.
Yeah. So
Like-
yeah, it was pretty scary, man.
You can go like 30 kilometers an hour on your.
I think if you have a mountain bike and you can ride fast, you have a much better chance than if you're walking.
All right, let's take
Like,
some bets here.
obviously.
What do you guys think the top speed of a grizzly bear is?
I'm gonna say
45?
no way.
No.
I'm going to make a guess
35?
before I Google it. I'm
Okay,
going to say
I'm gonna
30
say-
kilometers an
I'm
hour.
gonna say
I'm gonna
30.
say
I'm gonna say
20.
35, 40.
Yeah, I'm going with 35.
No
Yeah.
way. 20. 20 is still insanely fast for a thing that's just running.
Yeah.
Top speed of a grizzly bear, according to Google, is 56 kilometers an hour.
Jesus.
So they'd get a ticket in like a school zone.
You would
Yeah,
get
they would.
fucking. Yeah, you
No, they wouldn't, because they'd just fucking eat the
Oh,
cop.
yeah, no, but-
they'd just be like, look, dude, nature has no laws like you stupid humans.
You're right.
That's wild.
Factually, you are correct.
Yes,
They
thank
would
you.
not get a ticket.
I'm
Thank
a
you, Pete.
scientist.
Was Yogi Bear a grizzly?
Not really.
He
Yogi?
was-
Was it? I don't know.
I think he must have been. Was
I
Yogi
don't
Bear
know.
a grizzly bear?
Hey, babu.
Google.
What
Google.
kind of bear?
Okay, how
bear
fast
am
does
I?
a black bear run though?
Yeah.
Not that fast. Because they're small.
That's what I was guessing.
Well,
You know what I
apparently
wanna
the
know?
brown bear is
I wanna
slightly
know-
slower than a grizzly.
I want to know how why there isn't grizzly other things. You know, like there's bears and all kinds of bears. There's a grizzly bear. How come there's no like grizzly moose, grizzly shark? You know,
So
why
apparently,
is there only one grizzly animal?
apparently a black bear, an American black bear, can run about speeds between 40 and 48 kilometers an hour.
Jeez.
Pretty quick.
Yogi Bear is a grizzly bear. Confirmed on some
Myth
Reddit.
confirmed. Myth confirmed.
What kind of dog is Scooby Doo?
Got a hump.
Brown dog.
Oh, he's a fucking Great Dane.
Oh yeah.
Is he really?
Yeah, that's fair.
Pretty sure.
What kind of animals are Ren and Stimpy? Isn't that?
They're dogs.
I think one's a cat, isn't it?
Yeah,
One's a
isn't-
cat, one's a
isn't one
chihuahua.
a cat?
I think they're both dogs, aren't they?
Really? Maybe.
Google.
I thought one was a cat.
That's on you, buddy.
That'll be
man,
the
Chihuahua.
episode. Striker Googles.
Ren and Stimpy was one of those shows that when I watched it when I was young, I was like, I don't think I should be watching this.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I
This is
had the
fucking
same thing,
weird, man.
and then my parents took it a step further and like, nah, you shouldn't be watching
You
that.
definitely shouldn't be watching this.
My parents let me watch Ren and Stimpy more than Beavis and Butthead.
Ren is a
Fair enough.
scrawny, emotionally unstable, and sociopathic asthma hound chihuahua.
I knew it.
And his best friend Stimpy is a dim-witted, good-natured Manx cat.
I
oh, there you go.
He's a
I mean, that
Manx,
makes
too,
sense.
hey?
That
That's
it'd be a
like-
cat and a dog.
Classic.
Stimpy.
That show's wacky, dude, man.
Remember that show, Cat? I think it was just Dog Cat or
Cat
something.
dog.
Cat Dog. Yeah.
I remember
I
cat
don't
dog.
remember that, no.
We're going
It was
down the
half a dog, half a cat sewn
Stuck
together.
cow and chicken.
Yeah,
that was a good.
Cow
one.
and chicken.
was
That was a good
sick.
one.
I Am Weasel was the other one that kind of went with it.
Yeah.
That was so good, man.
Those are all like really weird. Like I remember
Oh, yeah.
cow and chicken. They had that like really sexual devil character.
Yep.
With like,
his-
like a
and
big
his
shiny
butt would-
ass.
Yeah.
It's like, is this for kids? What's going on here?
So weird.
There was some, kind of weirdly questionable stuff in that era of
Well,
cartoons.
I don't think you get into cartoons for kids without having a little bit something going on.
See, I'm not sure if those were for kids because after that things evolved and then we got things like South Park, Big Mouth, and
No, South Park was before that.
was it?
That was for
definitely.
that was
South
always
Park was
an
like
adult
late 90s.
cartoon.
That's true. You know what I found awesome about South Park and why I think those guys are absolute geniuses is that that's really the show that grew with our generation. Like when it started, it was all poop, fart, dick
We
jokes.
never talk about that
Right?
shit anymore.
No.
We outgrew
It
that.
started like that. And who was their audience? Fucking 13, 14-year-old kids, right? And then as we grew up, it became a little more political. And now it's just like super political satire.
I
And
just
like,
watched one that
yeah.
was like so funny about
it's crazy.
um,
Guys are smart.
the character Token.
Yeah.
They're so I mean in the show they say that this is a spoiler alert. So just if you're gonna watch the new season, I'm gonna spoil it for these guys just for fun. But they're like, no, his name is Tolkien. Like he's named after
Lord of the Rings.
Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
And then they're kind of like looking at the audience and being like, why would you think his name was Token? And like, 'cause it's always been Tolkien. It's like, why would they name him? It was so
Tolkien.
funny,
So
dude.
funny.
It was so good. There's a whole thing, Lord of the Rings thing, and it's really,
Isn't his
pretty good.
what's his last name? What's his full name?
I don't know.
Oh, I thought it was like another joke or some shit.
Well, I wasn't actually sure. I didn't look it up because maybe
gonna look
it
it up.
has,
Google.
maybe it was Token, and they're just making it as a joke. But maybe they were smart enough to call him Tolkien at the
Yeah,
start,
maybe,
and be like, people are going to think it's
You're
Token.
Yeah, you're going to catch on to this one day, and then here's another punchline.
His last name is Black. Token Black.
Okay.
Yeah, South Park is so
Okay,
fucking
it's
funny.
pretty obvious.
Very subtle.
Very obvious.
He also has a T on his shirt. It was funny though because the other day my brother put on an S Club 7 music video.
Wow.
And it like they have just the one Token Black guy, and I was like, yeah, it's Token. It just made me think of South Park, and I was like, wow, South Park, you really nailed your social commentary.
You really fucking got her. Remember Towley?
Tally.
That was a weird character,
He was
man.
in the new episode
Is
that I
he?
watched. Yeah,
Was he? I thought they
haven't
retired
watched
him.
South Park for a while, man.
Because they got the Integrity Farms thing. They're growing weed, and like the whole episode was about how,
I
like,
thought that was an older season. I thought that was like 2
no, it
years
was,
ago.
but I mean, it's
Oh, okay.
it's all like they started
a
doing,
serial
like,
now.
yeah,
Yeah.
sequential shit. So,
sheesh.
in this episode, it was all about how, Randy, who owns it, he goes to like he owns the weed farm. He goes to like a conference, and they're saying that like, oh, like public opinion is changing, and people want like minority ownership of weed companies because they were the ones affected the most by like the legal issues
Sure.
around weed and stuff. So he immediately like finds Token. He's like, he goes home to his family, and he's like, you got to. He's like, you got to hang out with more black people in an effort to like to get more of them like around, so that he can have them work with him in his business, so that he can advertise that they're like part black owned or whatever. It's so funny.
Oh
dude.
yeah, classic.
Anyways,
Randy's probably one of the funniest characters on that show to me.
he's like the best character.
Oh,
by far,
Randy's
yeah.
great. Yeah,
So good.
What a mess.
When he microwaves his balls.
Just hopping around.
Yeah, that was great. South Park's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, it's a great show, man. I like all the movies those guys made too. Basketball was so good.
Basketball.
Fucking World Police or whatever. Team America.
America? That's a great movie.
Excellent
Yeah,
movie.
I saw that
dude.
in high school, and I fucking laughed so goddamn hard
man.
at it.
And just they did such a good job, like with the visuals and making everything look the way it does, right?
So funny. I remember like crying, laughing in the theater at the part where they're doing the kung fu fight, and they're just like, it's just two puppets just slamming into each other, and they're
totally,
like, "Whoa!" It's like so fucking funny.
What about the part where the chick's like, she's like, if you can promise you'll never die, I would make love to you. And he looks at her, I will never die. And then they proceed to like piss and shit all over each other.
Yeah, that was in the extended. cut, I think.
That's so funny.
The best part.
That's great.
Dull
Pushing
sex,
the boundaries.
I never saw that movie.
You never saw that
never
movie?
saw Team America?
You have to. We got to watch it on tour.
When did it
dude.
come out? Like,
Probably 20 years ago.
yeah.
Yeah,
I was
Probably.
definitely a
It
little
was a while
like I was
ago.
too young
Too
when
young,
it came out.
yeah.
I didn't see it in theaters, that's for sure.
The dicks, pussies, and assholes speech at the end is so
Inspiration.
fucking good, man. We got to watch it on tour.
Also, the barfing in the alley. That's another great
Oh,
scene.
excellent. Excellent. Yeah.
It's like, oh, okay, he's going to be done barfing.
Have you ever barfed that much?
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like I have. I think that was probably not that much, but
Tim's
I
a
feel like I
barfer,
have.
dude.
First time I went drinking with you guys. That was probably
Greta.
the worst time. Yeah, the worst time I've ever barfed.
That was the worst time I've gone drinking with us guys too.
Yeah.
Like
There was something, I don't know. I swear, something was up.
Somebody spiked your drink,
Must
bro.
have.
Somebody put alcohol in your drinks.
How dare they? I thought these were like not alcoholic Stellas that I drank 10 of.
yeah.
That was funny because that was like the first. That was like your. Weren't we going to celebrate because you were officially in the band now or whatever?
Something. It was their opening party,
Yeah,
but I don't
Yeah.
know. Sure,
we
I
got
thought we were
bars.
just going to drink.
It was a Greta's
I can't
opening
remember.
party.
I don't know. We were chilling.
Yeah.
We fucking completed Aliens. That game.
That was a sweet
you and
game.
me cleared that game,
That was-
dude.
that was good.
sick.
Greta, for those of
Good
you who
teamwork.
don't live in Edmonton, is like a arcade bar kind of
yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's a bunch of different games you can play. I did not play a single game that night. I just
We had unlimited gameplay, though, with the cards.
Yeah, we did.
You could play anything
didn't
you
know
want.
that.
Yeah.
I don't even. I mean, I wasn't technically on the guest list. I just kind of walked in. And they didn't say anything.
You foolish
I almost
fool.
barfed on the Iron Maiden pinball, dude. By that time I made it to the pinball machines, I'm like, hey, the Iron Maiden.
Farther game I can play.
Nudge. Like, it was bad. Bad night.
Yeah, most of what I remember about that night is talking with you, Dan, about the band Dealer, who.
Yeah, our
Best band
favorite.
in
time you
our
hadn't heard
favorite band.
Yeah.
They're canceled now. I think though. I think their singer got in some shit.
Well,
What'd he do?
you
I don't
know.
know. Allegedly.
Yeah,
I have no fucking
just
idea.
Google it.
I didn't bother to look any more
Who
into
knows?
it. Whatever.
Yeah, no, it's
Some bullshit.
just general
Some bad
shitty
behavior.
Yeah,
Yeah.
towards.
Gotta cut that out, man. It, all this good music, and it's like you can't listen to it anymore because
Yeah. You're big at
because
you
they're
do.
fuckers.
Yeah.
I say honk to you, sir. honk.
I honk my horn at you.
Honk.
On our way here, I'm not sure if it was my car or the other car, but basically someone was turning in front of me. They turned into like the oncoming traffic lane. So I let them in, and then I thought it was someone behind me honking, but there was just I was following this guy for, I don't know, a couple minutes after, and you can just faintly hear like a horn going.
It's like,
Like constant?
Yeah.
Dude, the length of your honk is directly proportional to how mad you are, right?
Yeah, but like
You know what I mean?
it was, I don't know.
it was like a malfunctioning horn.
yeah, it was going on for
weird.
long enough. It wasn't someone just mad. It was like
It was like someone's horn was
Yeah.
stuck on it. It was like,
Dude, you know what's really funny about stuck on horns? when I was in mechanic school, we wired someone's brake in an automatic vehicle, right? So you have to be on the brake. Like you could probably get away with it if you're in a manual, but like we wired the brake pedal so when you step on the brake, it makes the horn go. He fucking is trying to get home the whole way. Bang! Every fucking red light, he's putting it in park, and he knew we fucked with him, right? There were so many good tricks we used to do with that, man. There's some classic ones like
just the same guy you bullied over and over.
No, it was all of us like picking on each other, and the teacher would do it to us, and we'd do it to the teachers. One time,
this isn't like a customer that like.
No. This was in mechanic school. You'd like tie strap a bunch of washers to the teacher's drive shaft, so when it spun, he'd get to go away, and it'd be like terrible noise. There was one where you'd put a bunch of dirt on their windshield, and then but what you would have done is you would have taken the windshield washer sprayer and rerouted the hose so it sprays them in the balls when they're trying to, wash their windshield. Oh, there's so many good ones, man.
That's terrible.
Yeah, there's plenty of good tricks.
So what you're saying is you know how to wire a car bomb.
I could probably figure it out.
Pete terrorist, myth confirmed.
Yeah, I'd rather not.
One time
kill
we
people.
got pranked when someone put coolant in our oil or oil in our coolant.
Someone.
And then
That's not
and then our
prank.
van exploded onto her.
Was someone Dan?
No, someone was fucking Jesus.
Oh,
I don't know. It just happened.
Someone was fucking Jesus.
No, it was that
Sanchez.
just
Jesus.
happened on tour.
Oh,
that sucked ass.
Cool story, bro.
Van problems on tour.
Dude, do you think
Dave Grohl chews gum?
Dave Grohl's in a death metal band?
So now I chew gum. Fun fact.
Great. Now the podcast is just going to be like
Cut
the
that
whole
out.
time.
he's gonna mute.
I
Dan's.
chew away from the mic.
Nobody wants to talk about Jesus.
I wish I could
masturbating.
match
What the
Dave Grohl's energy. That's
Yeah.
the thing I was talking to John about. Like, I feel like he's on 10 all the time. I know he drinks a ton of fucking coffee, so maybe that's...
I just watched his hot ones.
Yeah.
He was pretty stoked on life, and he ate all of the hot wings, and he wasn't like crying or running around like a weirdo or
He's
anything.
What I
also doing a lot of shots.
Yeah, he
at
was
drinking
doing
beer.
shots.
If
Damn.
I had a life
See,
like
he's
Dave
fucking
Grohl, I'd be
sick.
stoked too. Though.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
That's how you know you made it. You're on hot ones.
Yeah.
Basically, yeah.
How long until we get him on a guest spot in the
Ooh,
basement?
There we go.
Come on, man.
Did you guys hear his new song? The new Foo Fighters tune?
Yeah.
The death
Have you?
metal-y one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They've
It's
got a
like
death
for
metal
him.
one?
It's like for him.
They made a
They
movie.
keep calling it death metal. It's not
Well, it's not
even
death metal.
close.
The song structure is so pop, like still.
Well, it's just like a thrash song.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
I would call
That's
it
cool.
thrash.
Yeah, pop thrash.
Yeah.
Thrash pop. There we go.
Calling it death metal is like weird.
Yeah,
What is
it
death
weird.
metal anyway?
You know what is death metal? The new Corpse Grinder solo record. Fucking heavy.
It's sick.
It's great.
I like my favorite like heavy vocal noise is when it sounds like a bathtub is drained. It's draining its last bit of water. It's like
The gurgle, yeah.
I can't even do it. But you had a good gurgle sound.
Yeah.
This is the good part of the podcast. ASMR.
We all just sit here fucking sucking air. Jeez.
One thing I cannot do is do like harsh vocals. I
terrible at 'em,
fucking
dude.
suck at it.
I can do it, but it
You
hurts.
do some good growls there. Like when we get into when we were on tour, at the beginning of a bunch of songs, you'd go or whatever, right? And it always sounded
Yeah,
Is that just him
sounded
burping?
pretty realistic.
It's just fucking Bud Light.
Because I ate a bunch of chicken wings.
bro.
But it's hard, man.
It
I
is
got big respect for extreme vocalists.
Yeah.
I feel like
Dude
some
from
of them are
Lorna
just
Shore.
Yeah, I guess nuts.
Yeah, his range is insane.
Or especially the guys who do have the super brutal vocals and then go into very well controlled clean vocals and
Yeah.
do both of them.
like guys like Michael
in the same
Ackerfeld
song.
or Devin Townsend.
Yeah,
like
that's-
what they can do is
that's-
insane. Like
very,
their
very
range.
respectable.
That's too much work, man. Doing all that different stuff, man. It's too much. Was it worth it in the end? Maybe.
Yeah,
Probably.
I mean,
They get to play 6 shows. So that's
where
true.
they are. I mean, where we are.
Shit, fuck.
Yeah, they probably don't have to do their podcast in their basement.
We should talk about Devin Townsend, how much he likes us.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Devin Townsend, you want to come on our show? Fuck off.
Yeah, let's get this on the record for real, because I'm like, I would love to know if this is like a real thing. But so we were at we emailed Devin Townsend because he mixes albums, and we were like,
He's also Canadian.
and we were thinking like, oh, can't Canadian collaboration things. We were thinking like he might be a guy worth reaching out to see if he'd be interested in mixing something for us or an album or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So we sent him like an email, and I don't think we got a response, which was fine. It
Par for the
whatever,
course.
just
No one
happens like
responds
that.
to us
I don't
anyway.
give a shit. But we saw him at the Juno Awards when we went there the first time in Vancouver, and we were there. And we were
Alcohol was a factor.
we were
No.
foreign for us, right? But yeah. So, anyways, we were having a good time, and then we see him there, and I went up and was like, "Hey, man,
Bro.
you never responded to my email."
Oh.
Or I was like, well, it was a joke. I said it as a joke. It was definitely.
I'm sure it did not come out as a joke.
I went up.
Bro,
I was like, "Oh, hey, man."
why didn't you?
I was like, "Hey, man," like, I was like, "Bro, you never responded to my emails." Like, and smiled, and like it was
Yeah.
a joke, obviously.
To you.
And he was like, oh, he started to explain why he didn't.
So what
basically.
you're saying is he didn't take it as a joke.
It was clearly a joke. It was clearly a joke when I said it. Anyways, so he was like, oh, I just get so busy with stuff, and like, my next step would have been to be like, no, I'm just kidding. But Tim walks in and goes like, hey, man, you never wrote us back. And like, so immediately it went from like me telling a joke.
Shit.
Tim's like doing the joke also, but played it like completely dry and was like just full Punisher mode. And he was like, oh shit. Like,
and then Bill did it too. Yeah.
so
Devin,
like,
I'm
we were
so
doing
sorry.
we were doing like a bit. And then like, I just remember like and then he was like, "Oh, sorry guys, like I got."
Then we got a
he's
picture
like,
with
He's like,
him.
"You should see like my." I think he got his phone out and was like, "Look how many unanswered emails." And
This poor guy.
And we were
God.
like, we're not serious or whatever.
Dude,
and then
no
we got a
one-
picture with him. But then I saw him.
And then Adam comes.
No, then I saw on Twitter like the next day or maybe the next week, could be completely unrelated.
Probably not.
To that thing, but he made like a tweet that was like, he's like, I'm very specific with who I choose to work with, and like, I don't have time for everybody, and like sort of this thing where I was like,
I wonder if
is
he's
that
talking
about
to me.
us? And
That one time
our
Devin Townsend
horrible
tweeted about us.
assault that we like did on him. I was like, fuck,
Sorry.
I don't
Sorry,
know.
man.
Okay. No wonder he didn't want to hang out with us on the boat. Fuck.
Did he not?
Those fucking guys.
He was
are here.
hiding, or not hiding. He was like,
He was hiding.
He was hiding from
they're gonna
Striker.
ask me about those emails again. No.
Fucking guys. Oh no.
No, I feel like he wouldn't have been able to do anything on the boat if he was
No,
like
he gets
walking
swarmed.
around. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Too
the same
popular.
with Isan. I didn't see him
That's true.
on the
Too
boat. I saw him
popular.
once on the boat, and that was during Devin Townsend's set, and then his sets too. But
I saw the friggin' what's his face from Anthrax all over the boat the first time we played, and somehow
Funny.
I ate dinner with him like every
Joey
single
Belladonna, yeah.
No, Belladonna. Yeah.
every single time I went to go eat. Joey Belladonna ended up sitting right beside me, and he's just like, "Oh, hey, what's up, man? Hey, I saw you earlier in the friggin' food area.
whoa, cool, dude. Whoa,
Yeah.
sweet.
Some I don't know. Like that's the thing. It's like some musicians are very like personable and are like available for that type of shit.
And some people are like Devin Townsend. Is
No,
that what you're
no,
saying?
but like some people are more like private. I mean,
Yeah,
like
no, I
it's
get it,
just
yeah.
because they're a musician doesn't mean they're like wide open
Party
for you to be
animal,
like in their face about
Totally.
shit. It's
Yeah,
like
no, totally.
It's,
it
it's
also
like
depends on the day
Yeah.
and what's going on at
Yeah.
that time too. Like
As we've already established in this story, some people are really bad with boundaries and just will punish you.
I
if
mean,
given the
we were
opportunity.
out at an event.
I
we were at an event, bro. It was like, it was a social gathering of music celebration, and we
And they
just
were-
wanted to say
They
hi.
were giving out free alcohol, so
Once again-
we
that's
turned
Once again,
into
we were over
punishing.
problem. Once again,
recurring
Striker
theme.
is historically been overserved at every event.
Hey man, the Junos are
Not our
wild. It's
fault.
just like
Oh, yeah, man.
butlers walking around with like whatever drink you want. Yeah,
Basically, what else? Servers, yeah.
Well, they're wearing
Butlers.
like tuxedos and they got the freaking thing. And
That's like the first event I've been to where they were like walking around with
all kinds of
trays
things.
of champagne and shit?
And it's
Yeah.
like, wow, this is fucking cool.
Champagne, beer,
Did
whatever.
you do the thing where you finish your glass of champagne, put it
Oh,
on,
yeah,
and then grab the
absolutely.
next one? And yeah, that's fun.
Absolutely. Just like, whoa.
Did you guys have
It's like a starving man at a buffet.
horse dwavers? Did you guys
Horse
have those?
DVRs?
Horse
Oh, yeah,
dwavers.
man. They had all kinds of wacky stuff.
yeah.
It was
Love
delicious.
horse dwavers.
Yeah,
We became ultimate punishers.
John was like,
yeah.
fuck
Oh
these
yeah,
guys.
you should have seen us. We were in rare form.
Maximum punishment
rare
mode.
form.
Maximum punishment mode.
party. It was
Bro, it's sweet.
And like
So sad
I
that
remember
the
I saw
Tunas got canceled.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
it
would have been cool
so
to actually
fun.
go, but anyways.
Especially when we won.
You guys, we would have been able to maybe talk to the Avril Lavigne imposter.
Oh, it's true.
Yeah.
How sick would that be?
That'd have been sick. I met the
Yep.
fake Avril Lavigne. I want to be able to say that one day.
There's a number of people I was looking forward to punishing there.
Yeah.
Just like not giving them any, doing what you guys did to Devin. Basically.
I've always wanted to like meet like Nickelback because I just it would be
Like the
like
whole band?
cool. I don't know. Yeah, why not?
Biggest Canadian rock band,
say hi to
basically.
I
Ever.
remember having an argument before in the van about like, would you open for Nickelback? And I was
Absolutely.
like, hell yeah, dude, that's
Fucking
a
right.
huge show.
It's a great gig,
And then
dude.
some people in the band were like, no, fuck
Some
this,
people.
fuck that.
name names. Who's being
No.
stupid?
But I don't know. It's funny. Like, what a weird thing. I wonder if they'll ever like study that in the future, like
Probably.
the hate that Nickelback got, and it was like,
I feel like the pendulum's swinging back, and more people are like having this conversation of like, they're not that bad. Like, you know,
my excuse is like, have you heard the mix?
the mix is always
That's the
sick.
thing.
Have you
It's
seen
like-
their live show too?
I was
I've seen them live before. And
Have you heard the mix?
It's impressive.
It's crazy.
The
It's
live
really
show's
good.
impressive.
So
You work with Mutt Lang, you get good results.
It's true.
yeah.
Also, one thing I found interesting in Japan was, of course, when I went there, I immediately sought, a group of heavy metal and rock people to hang out with, right?
Yeah.
And leaving Canada, there was, especially at that time, there was a real big anti-Nickelback, sentiment amongst, the group of people that I'm often with. I didn't really like them either, but
Bunch of haters.
But I didn't like hate them to the point of throwing rocks at them or anything. But I mean, like it's
pretty low down the list.
No, but that's the thing.
No, there's a
They got
video.
rocks,
Yeah, there's a video
No, I
of
know,
them
I know.
playing somewhere in
But
South America.
but it was interesting. I found in Japan that like. I remember when I've only been there for a short time, I tried to pull out the it's like fucking Nickelback joke or whatever. They just like shit on Nickelback joke or whatever, and nobody got it. And I soon found out that
They're like, you're a piece of shit.
that, like everybody who listens to most people who listen to rock and metal in Japan like listen to Nickelback just the same as they would Bon Jovi or Guns N' Roses or fucking
Yeah.
Metallica or Megadeth or whatever, man. And it was just like another one of these big rock bands, and there wasn't really a sentiment of everybody hates Nickelback, so I kind of like changed my tune about it, in order to survive my immediate surroundings. I had to adapt to the fucking
I had to like Nickelback.
Improvise, adapt, overcome.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't have anything.
Somewhat of a
I don't know.
chameleon.
I don't think I've heard that many Nickelback songs that I was like, this fucking sucks. It's like, I mean, subject matter wise and stuff like that, I was like, whatever. But it's like, there's plenty of songs like that I just think are fucking whatever. Like every country song is like a joke.
I think the thing that just
I wish I
bothered
could
me about
write
Nickelback
lyrics
the most
like
time
that,
was just that the fact that you'd hear the same song fucking 10 times a day
Their
on the same
success was the reason
goddamn
I
radio
hated them.
I mean, I'm sure that's what it was for most people.
Yeah. But I mean, how did that? Like, were they that? Because I mean, in Canada, the radio has to play like a certain amount of Canadian content. So it makes sense if there's a popular Canadian artist, you would play the shit out of
Shit
them.
out of
Finally
it,
got one.
Yeah. So like, but that
Quick, play him before they think
sentiment
he's American.
has gone like all over the world, right? Like
Yeah.
there's like
Yeah, I
the
think so.
Nickelback joke.
Yeah.
Was it spawned in Canada or was it outside of Canada?
I don't know.
Oh, that's a good question. I assume
Probably
it's the
started in
States.
Canada.
I think it's probably Creed's fault. Creed dumpstered them.
Did they?
Well, just by being like the
Creedy.
style of singing that he had, and then people like made fun of that. So then you come along and you have even like a little bit of a like a jaw rock fucking
Jarl.
yeah you are
Yarl.
then you're like
Yarl.
immediately lumped
Yeah.
in and you're just like shit. I was listening to a song on the way home the other day. It was like just on the radio. It was a song by Default.
Yeah.
And I was just like, this song's not even that bad.
No.
And then it showed up on my stereo as like Default. And I was like, oh, this is Default?
Oh shit! Nope, hate it.
I used to love
I hate this song. I jumped out of my car immediately.
Yeah, when I saw Nickelback when I was like, I don't know, 10. Default was one of the openers.
Of course.
It was really sick show.
They're the same people.
Probably.
Disinformation campaign.
Psyop.
You know, you got this
Theory of a nickel
information,
creed.
you got that information, you know.
Theory of a nickel creed. Yeah.
Yeah. Theory of a puddle of nickel creed?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Puddle of chud.
I mean, if we were to make like one of those kind of
Bud.
bands, we could call it Mercury Deposit.
We could.
First album's called Switzerland.
How many bands hate our band? There's a few, I think.
Yeah.
There's probably
There's some industry folk, I think.
Devin
Yeah.
Townsend's band.
Yeah.
Well, I don't
Those
think he hates.
fucking
I don't think he
goobers.
hates us. I think he just would rather not be around us.
would
Do you think-
rather
which
we
is
cease
fair.
to exist.
Do you think we are notorious goobers? Like the goobers?
Hey, we might be.
The
I don't know.
goobers of the
I-
group?
What
I
did I
usually
get
think
into?
we're not, but we
I know
might
some
be the
tour
goobers.
managers that probably hate us.
Oh, we're just fighting for our lives out there, man.
Yeah.
Tour
Fight for
managers.
freedom. Fucking.
We've had the odd run in, but it's hard to be on tour, right? Like, and you know, if you're like an opening band and you're like, "Hey, can we get another flat of beer?" They're just like every night. Fuck you.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've had the odd run in. Literally, the last episode was you talking for half an hour about getting arrested.
That wasn't a band though. That was just like a fucking. I'm sure Matthias Eklund loves our band. He probably doesn't remember
Absolutely.
that. If we ever get a chance to talk to him, we could probably just reach out to him.
Oh, hey,
sure.
man,
We could
remember that
probably-
time
I'm
I
gonna
got
write him
fucking
now.
hammered?
I'm gonna
Do
send
it.
him
You're
a
gonna
boiling
send him
water?
an email on the
I'm
podcast.
gonna say I'm gonna send him a message and say
Sup?
it probably won't respond, but how the fuck do you spell that name?
Be like, dude,
The googly knows.
we are on our podcast right now.
Can Matthias?
You're gonna be famous.
Can he run faster than a grizzly bear? That's what
do
we need to
you
Google.
remember a show you played in Gothenburg
And
with?
the drunk Canadian guy
at-
spilled boiling water all over himself
Do you
right in
remember a
front
guy
of you.
drinking water out of a dish in the backstage?
wasn't
Boiling water.
Was he lapping it?
I mean, that was me. I was just like,
Were you lapping it out of the dish? Or?
no, I was
No.
trying to drink out of it. Like, his
boiling
Now, should I
hot
send
it
it
didn't work
from?
very well.
Should I send it from the band account or my personal account? Oh, maybe my personal one.
Just be like, bro, I'm messaging you on the Striker podcast. Get ready. You're about to be famous.
We should just message somebody every podcast, see what happens. Message them at
Yeah, and
PK,
then next-
see if they
Tune in
respond.
next time to see what he says.
That's true. And then the next
He
podcast,
said
we can build
nothing.
suspense by seeing if we got replied or not.
It's gonna be a lot of disappointment.
Yeah.
Wow, I've never seen a band get rejected so many times.
a
on air.
long history of disappointing people.
Striker contacts Nickelback to see if they want to be on the podcast. No response.
No, every episode, like, they didn't respond.
Wait in your back, yes.
Okay, you guys keep talking while I do this.
Your
Oh,
boy-
okay. Well, I thought you were
Yeah.
gonna like do it like real time. Like let us know each letter that you're inputting into your device. What letter are you on now,
Hey,
Dan?
Matthias, do
Is it hard to type a
you-
message with somebody talking to you at the same time?
No, I've fully tuned you out, dude.
Okay, that's good.
He's been-
yeah. That's
It's
good.
Kurt.
That's the
Let's just
girlfriend
all talk
treatment.
to
What
Dan.
year was that? What year was that?
Fuck, I don't know. 24. What? Yeah, we
That's
were
the,
doing City of Gold, so it must have been 2013 or 2014 because it was right on the. I think that was the New Year's show, right? I think that was 2013, so right at the end of 2013. The City of Gold came out in 2014.
Oh, fun.
Wow.
So wait, what was it? 2013?
I think so. Right at the end of the year.
Stocks plummeted.
Yeah. Well, I think so.
Yup.
You think?
Yeah.
The word think spelled F-I-N-K.
Yeah, bud.
Where there was a
Do you remember any drunk ass Canadians rampaging around in the green room?
backstage drinking
Hot
water.
Boiling water.
Drinking boiling water from a dog dish.
I love how hilariously specific this is.
out
I'm gonna
of
remember
a
it.
dish. Okay. Hey, Matthias, do you remember a show in Gothenburg with At the Gates in 2013 where there was a drunk guy backstage drinking boiling water out of a dish? I hope he I hope he gets back to us, man.
That would be great. Tune in next week to find out if Matthias has replied to the goobers of the party.
The only thing is, like, so on our Instagram, when people message us, sometimes it'll go to like the filtered one.
Yeah.
And then there's also
Always forget to check this shit.
a hidden one.
Yeah,
You go to the bottom,
Hidden request.
go to the bottom, and it's hidden request.
Dude,
So
it's like layers.
it's like who? Maybe we're gonna be in there, and it's gonna be 5 months.
Automatically blacklist.
It's like fucking Inception
Shadow
of
Man.
Instagram.
You know, to be fair, I did message, I think it was the guitar player of Rat. So we'd been on tour with Unleash the Archers. And we played that one show in Texas where the venue was full of crickets or grasshoppers or whatever. Remember that?
Whoa.
Oh yeah.
And it was just like nonstop cricket chirping. Just like, "Rah, rah."
So you excited for
Anyways,
tour?
yeah. I messaged him like, because I saw that they played at that same venue. And I was like, bro, were you like assaulted by grasshoppers? And the guy was just like, what the fuck are you talking about? It's like, okay, conversation over.
Striking out with people. Oh well, whatever.
Hordes of locusts.
You got to think that if that guy has, he definitely has a sense of humor. This Matthias Eklund guy,
Sure.
like he definitely does. And like you got to think that's got to make. If I got that message, I'd be like, "Fuck, that's funny." I think.
I'd probably be like, if I remembered it, I'd be like, oh yeah, that was fucked up.
So, do you want to call into the podcast and explain your side
Tell
of
us
the
about
story?
it. Yeah, tell us about it. Because if not, the world's just getting our side.
Honestly,
you know?
it probably wasn't a thing for him. He probably like didn't even notice.
Oh yeah,
So
he's
didn't
probably like,
care,
what
yeah.
is this creature doing?
He's like, man, I've seen much weirder shit.
It's like seeing a stray dog or something. You're just like, oh, that's kind of shitty, but
that's sad.
whatever.
Don't
That's
touch
like-
it. You might get fleas.
Yeah.
Tune in next time to find out if Matthias writes us back.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. See you guys on tour.
Smell you later.
Peace.
Bye.
And that's the podcast, bro. That's right.